So I want to build on the momentum piece is basically what I'd like to talk about. I sat in a chair similar to this in Denver in 2012, and we talked about a relationship, and now I see a path. So it's kind of like the car at the top of the hill, and I can actually see the bottom of the hill in a sense in terms of momentum being Seattle. And it's wanting to feel more and more comfortable with this, the start of the momentum. You know, I already see the path, but I feel like the path is faster than this body's actually moving.
But you see, here's what's happening. You're giving too much thought to it. You're getting too far down the road in it, which means you're not really yet accepting, or you haven't practiced it to a place of really believing that your work really is to find that early momentum, that early, easy momentum, and then trust that law of attraction will make it more. What happens with so many of you, because you are accustomed to action being the way that you create.
Yes.
You want to be more hands-on than you need to be, or than is even really very good for you. If you could accept that planting the seed, Jerry used to talk about it because he was a farmer when he was a youngster, and he loved the concept and the experience of preparing the ground, putting the seed in the ground, watering it, and accepting that there was a natural process, a natural momentum to the unfolding of it. And he used to say, we never went out and stomped on the ground demanding that the corn show itself to us now. There was a willingness to be patient, but it was not a patience of angst. It was an understanding of, an accepting of the natural process. So in like manner, what we're wanting to submit to all of you is that if you can prepare your vibrational climate because you care about how you feel.
Yes.
And talk about the things that feel good to you, that are easy for you to talk about and feel good about, rather than getting so far down the road that it causes a split energy within you. And so even though you understand the concept, even in the words that you were speaking to us, it's evident that you're just trying too hard to get to where you want to be, rather than trusting that it's in the vortex and that your work really is to find a way of being all right with where you are. Here's a statement that will help you. Do you get it that your point of attraction is important? Do you get it that where you stand and how you feel is your vibrational climate, and that you're emanating a signal and the law of attraction is responding to your signal?
Absolutely.
And that you realizing what's in your vortex is dependent upon what you're doing with your vibrational climate, your emotional climate? So as you accept that and you trust law of attraction, and you accept that step 1 has already taken place, you've asked, and step 2 has already taken place, it's in the vortex, and step 3 is you're just preparing yourself to allow it to flow seamlessly, vibrationally, just like you can't set your radio dial on one frequency and receive a broadcast from another frequency. You can't have a desire that's on one frequency and a belief that's on another frequency and have there be any communication, any realization, any manifestation. So if we could convince you that emotion is a manifestation, it's a manifestation that is indicating that your frequency is where you want it to be. And if you could be pleased with that right here, right now, I've accomplished the manifestation of emotion. Haven't accomplished the manifestation of winning the lottery yet. Haven't accomplished the manifestation of having my dream home or my dream car or my dream mate or whatever it is yet. But I've accomplished the manifestation of the emotion. If you can be satisfied with the manifestation of the emotion so that you don't counter it with complaining statements, that manifestation of emotion will, by the power of law of attraction, expand to the full-blown, see it, hear it, smell it, taste it, touch it version of what you're looking for. Does that make sense to you? That makes sense to you?
Yeah, I feel I'm really up to speed with that. It's more of that sensory input that I've had in the past.
All right, so we won't talk for a while, and you just talk, and let's figure this out.
Okay.
And when you get vibrationally off, we're going to point it out.
Okay, well, I can
Yeah.
probably get vibrationally off.
Well, it's all right, but if you don't know you're vibrationally off, then you're practicing a vibration and momentum's getting underway that's not going to turn out the way you want it to. So don't you want to figure out where you're vibrationally off in the early subtle stages, and don't cover up your vibrational offness with words.
Oh boy, that's putting pressure on.
Because the universe doesn't hear what you say. The universe hears what you mean. The universe knows how you feel. And how you feel is what you've practiced, which is what you mean. Because what you mean is what's manifesting. That's why you believe it. That's why you mean it. So often you're asking for money, but your vibration is about not enough. That's what you mean. You'd like to have more money, but what you mean is I don't have enough. You'd like to have more clarity, but what you mean is I'm tired of the confusion. You're getting it, aren't you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I'm most certainly sitting right there, with that. That's,
all right. So
that's really where some of the things are. It's less about a dollar figure. It's just, I want to have all the resources to do whatever I want to do at the time I want to do it. Because it feels great to just be able to do whatever I want to do.
But even in that answer, you messed it up.
Oh, good.
In this way, because I just want the freedom to do whatever I want to do whenever I want to do it. That sounded really good, didn't it? But he doesn't feel that way right now, does he? He wants something he doesn't have.
That's correct.
So when we said, why do you want it? He said, because it would feel so good to be able to have all of those things that I don't have.
Yes.
So how could you find a vibration that is the beginning momentum of what you're reaching for? Well, you have to start by acknowledging something that feels that way. That's a good way of doing it.
Yeah, I think in the past, it's kind of like the analogies we've already heard today, which were hitting for me.
But you have to work them yourself.
Yes.
You have to work them yourself. So Esther will sit sometimes in a feeling of confusion, maybe too much to do in the time frame that she has allowed herself to do it in, maybe too many moving parts, too many different people wanting different things all at the same time, whatever. It doesn't matter what has caused the imbalance. So she'll sit there knowing that she's not feeling the clarity or the comfort or the ease that she wants.
Yes.
So she'll just take a notebook and start in the middle of it and then write outward. And she starts by finding something that makes her feel comfortable. And usually she's looking out the window at the gardens, at something that she's appreciating. And she'll just write something like, isn't that pretty? Isn't that pretty? Isn't that pretty? Well, it is. Mm-hmm. It's really pretty because she always chooses something pretty to look at when she says, isn't that pretty? Yes. Oh, you should see her gardens. Oh, isn't that pretty? Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that beautiful? Now, she could stay there for quite a while. It feels so good. Mm-hmm. And if her goal isn't to move herself to someplace else, but just to feel good, then that simple, isn't that pretty, will do it. But the momentum won't stay only there because it is so beautiful. And she appreciates it so much that immediately her thoughts go to all of the things that are right out there that are all so beautiful. Mm-hmm. And then to the gardener that makes sure that they are. And then to her appreciation of that person who is taking care of that. Mm-hmm. And now she's 68 seconds into it and her problem is over because you can't feel appreciation and confusion at the same time. So it's an easy journey, you see. Mm-hmm. But if she were to then immediately come back to, oh, now, what was it that I was worried about? Is that fixed? No. It's right where it was. If she's wise, she doesn't go there. She lets the momentum of what is working. So when you say, I want to have the freedom to do whatever I want to do, you have the freedom to be here. Yeah. You have the freedom to be in this room. You have the freedom to sit in that chair. You have the freedom to get yourself here. You have the freedom to make your way into this room. You have the freedom to make your way to here. Things are working out for you. That's a really good mantra. Things are always working out for me because they are always working out for me. And to the degree that I will acknowledge that they are always working out for me, then more details of their working outiness will show itself to me. You see? All right. So now let's play some more. You just keep talking and we'll just keep pouncing.
Oh, good.
No, it's fun, really.
No, I guess the analogy that I typically
because
use.
Everyone understands this. Everyone understands what's going on here. Because you are where you are. Don't you want to know where you are? Yeah. And don't you want to soften where you are? Don't you want to put where you are into a place that's more receptive of what you want that's in your vortex? And so this is the perfect conversation for us to be having at this stage of our overall conversation, because we just explained to you that all that you want is in that vortex. And you're explaining to us that you're here, but that you want what's over there. You want the freedom to have all of that. But you're speaking it from a position of not having it. And you can't get there from there. You just cannot be noticing that what you want isn't without offering a vibration of the absence of it, which won't allow the presence of it to come. Not right now. So you got to find a way of distracting yourself from the absence of it, or the presence of it cannot be realized by you. You have to find some way of doing it. And it's an individual thing that each of you have to accomplish on your own. Aren't you glad we had this conversation?
I am.
Because
That's why I'm here.
You weren't even fully aware that you were doing it, because you're like almost every other human on the planet. You think your words will accomplish it. Your words and your actions, well, they accomplish a bit. You can shout someone down. You can shout someone out of the room. You can knock someone down. You can move things about, but you cannot create in the way that you intend to create in any other way other than getting a vibrational grip on what you're offering and begin to do it deliberately. And you got to start easy and early and let law of attraction build the momentum. That was really good. So, yeah. So ramble a bit more.
Well, the rambling is, I feel that, and the words that are coming up right now are practiced at that. So I do that, but I find that the day kind of goes in waves.
Yeah.
And
so where are you right now?
I want to
In
be
other
at
words,
ease more often.
why'd you want to talk to us? Why'd you want to talk to us?
I want to be at ease more often.
So, having heard what we just said to you, what do you plan to do about that? Not get so far down the road so fast.
Yeah.
Pick things that are easy to feel good about. You see, what happens to most of you is that the thing that is easy doesn't feel enough. Because it feels like you got to dig in and make things happen. You've been making things happen. But you've been making things happen without the benefit of law of attraction helping you. That's why you're tired. That's why you're overwhelmed. That's why you feel defeated. That's why it isn't fun. That's why you want something to happen to take you out of that bondage and into the freedom to do anything and everything that you want to do.
Yes.
Yeah. We have enjoyed this interaction more than you know, more than words can explain. Vibrationally, you sort of get it. Can you feel that you've pushed a reset button? Can you feel that you're in a different vibrational place? So I promise to you that everything's going to be different for you now. Everything's going to be better. In some cases, a little better. In some cases, a lot better. You got some momentum going. It'll probably peter out. That's all right, because you know what to do to get it going again. You've got beliefs that will be current, even though you don't want them to. They'll keep coming up. But knowing what you now know, you can help dissipate those you don't want and encourage those that you do want. So it just becomes more and more and more fun all along. The thing that we are most excited about for you is the newfound clarity that you will experience within a week or two. Some of you are already there. But if you will just go to bed tonight and say these things to yourself: while I slumber, my momentum will stop. My beliefs will be suspended. And tomorrow I can pick up the beliefs that I want to encourage and just not pick up the ones I don't want to encourage. That's really a lovely way to approach life. And then wake up in the morning and just try to find something easy to feel good about, and let the law of attraction bring natural momentum to it. And then just do it the next day and the next day and the next day. In other words, let that be your first 5 or 10 or 15 minute desire. And then just let the day do to you as it will. Just let the day have its way with you. Because now, as the day and law of attraction has its way with you, you'll be aware that it's having its way with you because of how you started the day. And then the next day, do the same thing and watch how the day has its way with you. And then the next day, do it again and watch how the day has its way with you. And you won't be very far into this process. It's about a 30-day process of awakening. You won't be very far into this process before you'll be so happy about the way the day is having its way with you. And you'll say things like, ooh, I got that started just the way I wanted it. You'll start feeling the credit. You'll start feeling the relationship between what you did, the correspondence, the corresponding relationship, the correlation between what you did on purpose in your unconditional but very soft alignment with Source, and what's happened to your point of attraction. You create your own reality because you create your own mood. because you think your own thoughts. And first thing in the morning, it's so easy to do. And 30 days from now, it will be so easy that for just a moment, you'll wonder why you haven't always been doing it.